How's everybody doing? My name is Alan Roberts. Thank you for joining me this great day. Today, we are hopefully not going to upset too many people, but this is something that I have seen throughout my entire career helping people lose weight, is that people are constantly saying, well, I have thyroid problems. I have thyroid problems. I have thyroid problems. And I'm not saying that it's not a true, real situation. But I just thought we should sit down and look over the data about it, because this is an excuse, and I hate to tell people this, but this is an excuse used by many, many, many people to not try. And that is something that I think society needs to get with, because it is about what you put in your mouth and how much you move your body, period. It's just beyond reason to think that people keep using this excuse. Does it make it slightly harder? Tyler, thank you very much. I appreciate you. But does it make it slightly harder for some people? Absolutely, it does. And that's why you should go to your doctor, get your thyroid antibody checked. You should get your T levels checked and stuff like that. And it is important that you follow doctor's orders. However, even untreated hypothyroidism oftentimes doesn't mean you can't lose weight or that you even have trouble losing weight. This is meant to help people. This is not meant to be critical of people. This is what I am hoping will be the start of a conversation of stop eating so motherfucking much, because you are the actual problem. It's not your body. It's not your thyroid. It's not your metabolism. It's you. Like, there is not a single human being on the planet alive that could not lose body fat if they're fat. If they're overweight, there's not one person, nobody cannot not be fat. Nobody. Zero people alive. If you feel that you are the exception to this rule, I highly suggest that you go in for genetic testing and figure out why you can break the law of thermodynamics and get your $1 billion. Because realistically, if you feel that no matter how little you eat, you won't lose weight, but yet you can still function, move around, expend energy, and feel that no matter how little you eat, you can't lose weight while expending energy, being alive. Because you could just lay there and expend energy. If you feel you are that person, you are a genetic anomaly that has never, ever, ever, ever been seen before, and you are the key to solving starvation around the world. Period. That's just as far as it is. And we don't even need to take my word for it. Now, yes, I'm about to show you an article that is on my X account, which you can follow. I actually pinned it up above. You can follow my X account. Please do, because that's where I share most of my thoughts at random all day long. And YouTube is basically, YouTube's getting ready to get rid of me. I can feel it happening, but your feed keeps freezing, Alan. The video freezes, but I hear you talking. I don't know what to tell you. I appreciate you. I don't know what to tell you. It looks like I'm running on full bars here. So sorry about that. But we're going to go over this. And this is the scientific data showing that that's bullshit, that it's just an excuse. So whenever you hear people like Tess Holliday talk about my thyroid, or you hear people like Anna O'Brien, Glitter and Lasers, talk about my thyroid, it is, in fact, you, not the thyroid. It's your actions. So let's do this. Share screen. Boom. Give me 1 second. I want to fix that. I don't want to view article. There we go. That works. That works. A little better view. We can get rid of that too. There we go. All right. Share. Bang. All right. We don't need it that small. You can go read this whole article if you would like. I would actually prefer you did that. But here we go. Hypothyroidism and weight gain, debunking the myth of uncontrolled weight gain. Hypothyroidism, a condition characterized by an underactive thyroid gland, is often associated with weight gain in popular discourse. The thyroid gland, located in the neck, produces hormones such as thyroxine and triodoxylin. I can never pronounce that. T4 and T3, which regulate metabolism, energy expenditure, and overall hormone balance. When thyroid hormones production is insufficient, metabolic processes slow down, leading to such things as fatigue, cold intolerance, and in some cases, modest weight gain. However, the notion that hypothyroidism inevitably leads to uncontrolled and significant weight gain is a misconception that requires clarification. This article explores the relationship between hypothyroidism and weight gain, drawing on scientific evidence to demonstrate that while hypothyroidism may contribute to modest weight changes, it does not typically cause uncontrolled weight gain. The article also examines the physiological mechanisms involved, the role of lifestyle factors, and the importance of proper diagnosis and treatment. Understanding hypothyroidism and its effects on metabolism. The thyroid gland plays a critical role in regulating the body's basal metabolic rate. That's the BMR. So BMR is how many calories your body goes through just through the biological processes that you have. And if you just lay there, you're still going to have to burn calories. Like people are like, I need to get up and move because I need to burn calories. Like even if you just lay there, you're going to burn calories. Now, where it gets kind of messy and this is on a whole different note, where it gets kind of messy on when people figure out their total daily energy expenditure, they use wild guesstimates on both the modifying factor of what light, like sedentary, light, moderate, very active, and extremely active activity would produce in a modifier. But also we're depending upon self-reporting by individuals. I personally count myself as lightly active. I work out for an hour a day and then I walk around, I cook, and I do my house chores and stuff like that. We homestead, we run around with the dogs. I still consider myself lightly active. Mark is very active. Extremely active is like marathon runners. They're extremely active. Okay. Most people in America are either sedentary or lightly active. Just to be real. If you are seated for more than 8 hours a day, you are lightly active at best. At best. But the BMR, which is the rate at which the body burns calories at rest. Thyroid hormones influence the activity of nearly every cell in the body, including those involved in energy expenditure and fat metabolism. In hypothyroidism, the reduced production of thyroid hormones leads to a decrease in BMR, which can theoretically contribute to weight gain. However, the extent of this effect is often overstated, and I've said a billion times on many, many, many videos that if you have a lower basal metabolic rate than other people, that sucks for you, but that still doesn't mean you can't lose weight because you just then eat more. It's more of a reason to take your health more seriously is what I always try to say to people. It's actually more of a reason, right? A study published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism found that the reduction of BMR due to hypothyroidism is relatively modest, typically ranging between 5 and 10%. So basically, if I burn 2,000 calories as a sedentary male, about 190 pounds with a decent amount of muscle mass, if I burn 2,000 calories a day, but I had hypothyroidism, a really bad case of it, it would be 1,800. So that's reality. Okay. I mean, that's not that much. I probably do eat anywhere between 1,700 and 2,400 calories a day, given any day. And I am switching up what I'm eating right now. Instead of eating ribeyes, my wife is still going to eat ribeyes because she doesn't need to. She's not leaning out. She looks fucking amazing. But I am going to switch over to sirloin steak every single day for at least the next couple months instead of ribeye steak every single day. And that will change my caloric intake without changing my volume by roughly somewhere around 600 calories a day, 500 to 600 calories a day. And it will also increase my protein and reduce my fat. I'm still going to eat eggs every single day to make sure I get plenty of choline and everything like that to keep my stuff going. But I don't need to eat as much fat as anymore because I am on TRT and I don't need the fat for hormone production as much. So that's just reality. Anyway, ribeye is fattier. Ribeye is way fattier than sirloin. Way, way, way fatter. But anyway. compared to normal thyroid function individuals. One, and that's just basically the whatchamacallit. This reduction translates to a small decrease in daily energy expenditure, which is, if not offset by dietary changes or physical activity, can lead to gradual weight gain. Importantly, the study emphasizes that the weight gain associated with hypothyroidism is usually limited and does not typically exceed 5 to 10 pounds. 5 to 10 pounds. It normally does not typically exceed 5 to 10 pounds. That is something that I wish everybody could get through they motherfucking head. I mean, I really, really, really wish that. Truly wish that people could grasp that. Moreover, much of the weight gain observed in hypothyroidism is not due to increased fat mass, but rather fluid retention. So you're not even gaining extra fat; you're just gaining extra fluid. Hyperthyroidism causes a condition called myxedema. Myxedema, in which mucopolysaccharides and protein accumulation are in the interstitial spaces, lead to water retention and bloating. Reading some of this shit with ADHD is not easy, people. I'm just letting you know. The things I put myself through for you motherfuckers. The fluid retention can contribute to increased body weight, but it is reversible with appropriate thyroid hormone replacement therapy, such as levothyroxine. And we actually just had a person here. I take 75 mcg of levothyroxine, lost 150 pounds watching Alan and Lindsay. Everybody congratulate this woman, and thank you very much. You lost that weight because you took your health seriously. You did what you needed to do with the doctor, and then you took the steps to lose weight correctly. Great fucking job. Anyway, the myth of uncontrolled weight gain. The idea that hypothyroidism leads to uncontrolled weight gain likely stems from a combination of anecdotal reports and misunderstandings about the condition's effect on metabolism. While it is true that hypothyroidism can slow metabolism, the magnitude of this effect is often insufficient and to cause significant and uncontrolled weight gain in the absence of other factors. Several studies have investigated the relationship between hypothyroidism and body weight, and the consensus is the condition alone is not a primary driver of obesity. 2013 study published in Thyroid examined the body composition of patients with hypothyroidism before and after treatment with levothyroxine, and the researchers found that while untreated hypothyroidism was associated with a modest increase in body weight, the weight gain was primarily due to fluid retention rather than fat accumulation. After treatment, patients experienced a reduction in body weight as fluid retention resolved, but there was no significant change in the fat mass. This suggested that hypothyroidism does not inherently lead to uncontrolled fat gain. Another study published in Endocrine Reviews analyzed the long-term effects of hypothyroidism on body weight and concluded that condition is not a major contributor to obesity. So the science literally tells us that hypothyroidism does not lead to obesity. I'm going to say that one more time because people seem to not want to believe this, but hypothyroidism does not lead to obesity. Your actions do. The authors noted that while hypothyroidism may predispose individuals to modest weight gain, other factors such as dietary habits, physical activity levels, and genetic predisposition play a far more significant role in determining body weight. In fact, many patients with hypothyroidism maintain stable body weights or experience only minimal changes, particularly when the condition is properly managed. The role of lifestyle factors. One of the key reasons why hypothyroidism is often blamed for uncontrolled weight gain is the failure to account for lifestyle factors. As I have said for over half a fucking decade now, weight gain is a complex, multifactorial process influenced by energy intake, energy expenditure, hormone balance, and genetic predisposition. While hyperthyroidism may reduce BMR, the reduction is typically small and can be offset by modest adjustments in diet and physical activity. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found the energy expenditure in hypothyroid patients is only significantly lower than euthyroid peoples, which is normal thyroid function individuals. And the difference is unlikely to cause significant weight gain without excess caloric intake. The study also highlighted that many patients with hypothyroidism report increased appetites or cravings, which may lead to overeating. However, this increased appetite is not a universal feature of hypothyroidism and is likely influenced by psychological factors such as stress, fatigue, and rather than the condition itself, and also what you eat. If you eat something that has a lot of sugar or carbs first thing in the morning, you're going to be hungrier all day, and that's basically what happens. Physical activity is another crucial factor. Hypothyroidism can cause fatigue and reduced exercise tolerance, which may lead to sedentary lifestyle. A sedentary lifestyle, in turn, can contribute to weight gain, particularly when combined with excessive caloric intake. However, this weight gain is not a direct result of hypothyroidism, but rather a consequence of reduced energy expenditure due to lifestyle changes. A 2017 study published on Metabolism found that hypothyroid patients who engage in regular physical activity are able to maintain stable body weights even without significant changes in diet. The importance of proper diagnosis and treatment. Effective management of hypothyroidism is essential for addressing associated weight change. The standard treatment for hypothyroidism is levothyroxine, a synthetic form of T4 that restores thyroid hormone levels to normal. When hypothyroidism is properly treated, the metabolic rate typically returns to baseline, and any weight gain due to fluid retention is reversed. I even have clients that have no thyroid that have lost hundreds of pounds, just so you know. They've had to actually have their thyroid taken out. I have multiple clients like that. Anyway, a study published in The Lancet found that patients with hypothyroidism who received adequate levothyroxine therapy experienced significant improvements in BMR and body composition. The study also noted that patients who continued to gain weight after treatment often had only other underlying factors such as poor dietary habits or coexisting medical conditions. This contributed to their weight gain. This underscores the importance of comprehensive approach to weight management rather than attributing weight gain solely to hypothyroidism. Like to say, like, I can't lose weight because of my thyroid actually makes it so it's like the excuse that stops you from actually losing weight, just straight up. It's also worth noting that some patients may mistakenly attribute weight gain to hypothyroidism when the condition is not primarily caused. For example, weight gain may be due to other hormonal imbalances such as polycystic ovarian syndrome or insulin resistance, which, by the way, both of those also are exacerbated by lifestyle. And thorough medical evaluation is essential to identify the underlying causes of weight gain and develop appropriate treatment plans. Addressing common misconceptions. Several misconceptions about hypothyroidism and weight gain persist in popular culture. Our common myth is that hypothyroidism makes weight loss impossible. It's so silly. While hypothyroidism can make weight loss more challenging due to reduced BMR and fatigue, it does not preclude weight loss. A study published in Obesity found that hypothyroid patients who adhere to caloric-controlled diets and engage in regular physical activity were able to lose weight at a rate comparable to regular people that have normal thyroid function. Another misconception is that thyroid hormone replacement therapy will automatically lead to weight loss. While levothyroxine can help normalize metabolism and resolve fluid retention, it is not a weight loss drug. Patients who continue to consume excess calories or lead a sedentary lifestyle may not experience significant weight loss even with the treatment. Weight management requires a holistic approach that includes dietary changes, physical activity, and in some cases, behavioral interventions, that's what we do in coaching. In conclusion, hypothyroidism does not typically lead to uncontrolled weight gain. While the condition can cause modest reduction in BMR and contribute to fluid retention, these effects are usually limited and reversible with appropriate treatment. The notion that hypothyroidism inevitably leads to a significant and uncontrolled weight gain is a myth that fails to account for the complex, multifactorial nature of body weight regulation. Lifestyle factors such as diet and physical activity play a far more significant role in determining body weight than hypothyroidism alone. For individuals with hypothyroidism who are concerned about weight gain, the key is to proper diagnosis and treatment, as well as adopting a healthy lifestyle habits. Levothyroxine therapy can help normalize metabolism, while dietary adjustments and regular physical activity can prevent and address weight gain. By addressing these factors, individuals with hypothyroidism can achieve and maintain a healthy body weight, debunking the myth that condition is a barrier to weight management. I have said this for so long. I am so happy that I'm really enjoying writing these articles, and I use AI to write them. I'm not some wizard, okay? But I'm really enjoying writing these articles because, very frankly, we've just got to make America healthy again. We've got to stop with the ridiculousness. We've got to stop the lack of common sense that's happening about weight. Like, Anna O'Brien is not 500 pounds because she has hypothyroidism, or she's not 500 pounds because she has lipedema. Shit, I'm going to do an article on lipedema showing that it's mostly because you're fucking obese. If you weren't obese, you wouldn't even have any problems with lipedema. And that's my thing about it. It's so Like, it's such an excuse-driven society. I want to get back to there's no fucking excuses, right? Men should be physically active and physically capable. Women should be physically fit and be able to take care of themselves. People that are literally looking for handouts, being like I just saw recently, and we're probably gonna talk about it tonight. I mean, the fucking HEPA for the airplane thing. What's her name? J-Bay. Like, she wanted to do a protest because she's still upset that people wouldn't push her up a ramp in her wheelchair when she can fucking walk. I mean, oh yeah. I mean, hang on a second. Tess is probably 450. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think she's 500. She's probably 450 or 5. I mean, at that stage, that's just a weekend of drinking is the difference between 50 pounds, just about. But we got to get back to common sense. Like, this woman's the J-Bay woman, she's upset because people won't push her up the thing. Like, I would never allow an employee to do that. I would never allow one of my employees to push a 500-pound person up a 10-degree gradient ramp in a wheelchair. Like, there's no way that's not against workplace policy. That's dangerous for the worker. Let's see here. All right, I'm going to take ribeye is fattier. Yes, ribeye is fattier. Ribeye is much fattier. There's actually called a ribeye eye, and that's why it's ribeye. But it is much, much, much higher fat content than sirloin. Sirloin is a rather lean meat. That's why I'm lucky. I like my steak rare, so it will still stay pretty tender. But if you get a well-done sirloin steak, it's normally shoe leather. If you get a well-done ribeye, it's still normally pretty soft. It's just a little drier, And let's see. Bookworm, hypothyroidism affects energy levels. Correct. I know certain family members who have the disease and feel much more tired with it. Yes, but they also can. That's why they go on medication. If they're on medication, there's no excuses. I'm just going to be honest. If they're on medication, it's just like if they're on medication. If I'm, it's Levroxin is very much like testosterone cypionate in a way where it is a identical genetic or biologically identical hormone that the person takes. So there's no reasoning if they're on medication for it. If they're on medication for it and they still say they're feeling lethargic, they should either get their medication adjusted or they're just using it as an excuse. And I'm not trying to knock on anybody or anybody in your family, but that's reality. Yeah, but that would mean people would need to acknowledge that them getting fat is their fault. Exactly. It's like nobody wants to do it in society at all anymore. It's crazy. Nobody wants to take the responsibility. I don't know how people think that the thyroid or pancreas can magically manufacture mass. Eat according to your needs. Exactly. That's such a good statement. Eat according to your needs. If you find yourself getting bigger, you got to cut back on food or increase your activity. That's reality. Like I want to lean out, but I don't want to cut back on my volume of food. So I'm changing the composition of my food. I'm changing the macro composition of my food. I'm keeping the volume the same and changing the macros of it. It's very simple, My thyroid has been low for years, still never fat. Good for you, Crystal. Good for you. May you tell me where I can get Holy Trinity in the UK, please and thank you. Sorry for interrupting. There is a place called Try Nutrition, I believe it is. But also, you should be able to order through Tiger Fitness. It'll just take a little while to get you there. Yes, we can do lifestyle changes to minimize hypothyroidism. I did. Excellent. Great fucking job. Great job, land designer. Most of my in-laws have hypothyroidism and they're nowhere close to being overweight. Good. I have no thyroid cancer treatment, and it might cause a 30-pound gain tops, not 100. It will also come off maybe a bit more slowly, but totally doable. Hell yeah. You got it. Done. Do you enjoy salmon? I have it. It was steamed broccoli. I do enjoy salmon. I just don't eat it that much. You need a pump truck, not a wheelchair. Oh, I missed it. Issues with hypothyroidism are a reason to even more pay attention to nutrition and healthy lifestyle, not a reason to ignore it and eat whatever. I completely 100% agree, and I've been saying that for years and years and years. The scary thing is that so many people in fat activism use the diagnosis of lipedema as to why they're so big. It's the same as people who have binge eating disorder were claiming. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. That's exactly the thing. My first symptoms was fatigue and hair loss. My mom has it too. Well, I really think you should get to your doctor and get on some medication. I heard the thyroid only causes you to be 10% above BMI of 25, like 27.5. Well, it basically what we just read. It's 5 to 10% hit to your BMR, which makes sense. Have you ever considered reviewing the No Food Rules lady? She's unhinged. No, but I am going to make a note of that right now. Let me get this out. Here we go. And it's the No Food Rules lady. Thank you. Much appreciated. My hypothyroidism was there, but not enough for the doc to medicate. So I learned to treat it myself. My doc is impressed. Good for you. Good for you. I tell you, losing all of 267 pounds gave me so much more energy and less pain. Oh, once again, congratulate her. Fucking great. Crystal Morton. I have, let's see. I have had to push a patient that was 500 pounds in a wheelchair when I worked at a hospital. It's very hard to push. Seriously, and especially like they went up a ramp. That's fucking crazy. That's fucking crazy. Crazy. All right, folks. So I might be back a little later on today. Let me check on something. I wanted to check one thing out because I'm enjoying doing one here and then one later. So give me 1 second. I want to check to see what we got going on later. I might be back at 5 p.m. or excuse me, 6 p.m. Eastern time. I believe I'll be back at 6 p.m. Eastern time to do another video. Maybe it might even be about that lady, the person, the No Food Rules lady. But I am very, very, very happy that all of you guys are showing up, and I'm very happy that you guys have enjoyed some of this new format that I'm doing, where I'm trying to talk about the science and realistic data about all of these ridiculous things that our society has decided to co-opt because of fat acceptance. Literally because we no longer wanted to make people feel that they were at their own fault. They wanted to basically make sure. Oh wait. Before you go, can you tell me what time Evening Rants is? I've been meaning to catch it. It's at 8 p.m. Eastern time on Evening Rants YouTube, Evening Rants Rumble, the MFing COO on Twitter, and the Mark Lobliner on Twitter, and also on Spreely, which is an app for your whatchamacallit, for your smart TV. Anyway, here's where you can get our coaching. My wife and I have daily communication, weekly video conferences. We help adjust your lifestyle bit by bit. We focus on healthy habits around, basically hydration, sleep, stress relief, mindful eating. We make sure the person has a lifestyle built around taking good care of their generalized health. So that is what we do, and we put it towards every person. Every person is different. We have clients all the way from Japan, all the way to Hawaii, up in Canada, down in Colombia. I have a client in Africa. I have clients in Europe. So we will work with anybody. And all you need to do is just be willing to try to make slight changes bit by bit by bit by bit. And we just make a little change, normalize it. Make a little change, normalize it. Make a little change, normalize it. That's what we do. And I hope all of you take advantage. And I hope to see you guys back at 6 p.m. Eastern time tonight. God damn.
Are you currently taking LMNT for your electrolytes? That's great. Electrolytes are very important, especially for athletes. The problem is I think they took it a little too far. 1,000 milligrams of sodium per packet. That's great if you're an endurance athlete running in high temperatures, 100 plus. But if you're not perspiring that much, if you're not doing that much activity, if you're simply exercising, well, normally, it's a lot. You're looking at intake, you take a few packets, 10,000 milligrams of sodium a day. So what I like to do is I like to flavor all my water with electrolytes because electrolytes are vitally important for you to intake. Now, what do? I take Ambrosia Hydroglyph. So Ambrosia Hydroglyph, available in stick packs as well as bags. Now, it's beyond sodium, potassium, magnesium. It has other things that'll help your body keep muscle and perform better. It has the essential amino acids. It has your branched chain amino acids. It has velocitol, which doubles the power of those amino acids. It even has my HMB. So if you're really training hard, it staves off muscle loss. If you're looking for something well beyond the current electrolyte you're taking, something that won't overdo it, but give you everything needed to perform at your best and be as healthy as possible, Ambrosia Hydroglyph is your choice.